What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel here for another video. Hope everyone's having a great day, and we got a lot to go over, a lot to do. I recently just got a lot of parts in. We have quite a bit of things to get on this thing here in the next few days. I'm actually home for a week here for spring break, so needless to say, it's going to be a busy one. To start, I think we're going to start with doing the rear shackles on the rear end. We're going to be dropping this thing down about 2 inches. Mainly because I am sick of the way this thing rides. It's so stiff up front. And I know when these things are leveled up, when you just crank the keys like I currently have done, it's really hard on all the front end parts. I really noticed the steering's pretty loose on this thing. So I'm hoping when we do new control arms up here, new guide pins, new tie rods, new lower ball joints, I'm hoping maybe this will stiffen up a little bit, maybe at least a little bit, I don't know, we'll see. I'll be sure to let you guys know on that, and I'm looking forward to having a little bit of a better ride with this being a little bit lower. I mean, with my summer wheels and tires, this truck it's the perfect setup to pull off the little bit of a lowered look, so I'm excited to get going on that. So going out here, in this box here, let's get this out of the way. These are the tie rods. I went with these D-Max Store XD tie rods. I'm not gonna lie, I was very impressed by these. They were a little cheaper than the other brands, but I liked their design better. They are super thick the whole way down, whereas like if you look at a Cognito one, the shaft's a little bit thinner than this, and then the end's real big, and this end's real big, but the shaft in the middle isn't that big. So I mean, I really like the design of these, so that's why I went with these. In this box here, we have, we have fresh upper control arms. They're just factory. They already have a new ball joint in them, so these are going to basically just bolt right in place. And then, but with this, I thought, oh, you just get a new control arm and whatnot, but you have to get all of the hardware. So you have to get the guide pins and the bolts. So we're going to have all that new too. And then this piece here is the new front top cover, because as you know, that piece is trash, but I already have a new one of those in the basement. It's painted and done. It's ready to go on whenever. But this one got kind of messed up too, and if you probably can't notice in pictures, but the color didn't really match perfect. I was pretty unhappy with it. So we're going to be redoing that. Eventually be redoing the door handles. Everything that I painted, basically, I'm getting repainted professionally because I just don't like the way it turned out. I don't know what was with this color and spraying it. I had never have had this much trouble, but this truck did not come out good. I'm just not happy with it, so I'm just taking the time and doing it professionally. We also have new mirrors, which we will be unboxing in a minute. And then this box here is a new steering stabilizer, a Bilstein steering stabilizer, and then the shackles are in that box. I'm going to show you guys, while I had this filter out, I figured I would clean it. You should have seen it before this. It was black, but it's nice and clean. I cleaned it last weekend. So it's interesting. I have S&B's cleaning kit for it, an oiling kit. Their cleaner works really good, but their oiling system is very interesting. So basically, I have to go look up the number of this filter, and it'll give me a quantity of how much oil to put in this thing. You can see the numbers on the side, and you fill it up, and you basically take your filter and you oil it in a circular motion the whole way around in kind of stages, and then it's supposed to soak in and spread. You go back after like 10 minutes and fill in any spots that didn't get oiled. So that's going to be a new process for me. We'll have to see how that turns out. The last thing we got is a topside creeper, which This is what I've been using so far, and it actually works pretty good. My dad came up with it. All it is a 4-foot step ladder and a piece of plywood with a blanket wrapped around it, and it worked absolutely perfect for what I needed it for. Unfortunately, in my garage I can't even open my hood the whole way, so being up here on my knees with my back hunched, it gets pretty old and frustrating after a while. So he saw I was frustrated and came up with that contraption. But in the heat of my madness last weekend, I just went up and I purchased the same topside creeper that you may have seen in some of Mark's videos. So we'll be getting this put together. But for a cheap alternative, this worked very well. For any of you that, you know, are going through the same issue as maybe as me, definitely don't forget about that. So here we go with oil in the filter. I tried looking up the part number to see. They want you to fill up that other bottle I showed you, and basically to give a correct amount, but I couldn't find how to put the part number in online, so all I see is you're just supposed to make passes. So I'm gonna space them out pretty good and just get a feel for it and fill in any spots that are still light with no oil, and we'll see how this goes. I've never done this before. So let this thing dry here for a couple minutes. It may be hard to tell, but it actually did even out pretty good. I was surprised. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow morning. Doing in here was a little tricky, but it wasn't bad. Not a bad system. Definitely was a little to get used to on squeezing the bottle so it didn't just like pour out. But while we were waiting for that to dry, we got this thing assembled. Now, I am overall very, very happy with this thing. Actually, I put it's actually in my highlights on my Instagram. I put it in my story. So, if any of you guys want to go check it out, I did a full review on there. This thing's definitely worth it. It was $200 bucks. It was definitely worth it. I got it on Amazon. These are our rear shackles. They're supposed to give us 2 inches of rear drop. They look pretty nice for the most part. So those will be probably in the next upcoming video here. And then this is the steering stabilizer. So I basically got this just because I was doing all kinds of steering components, and I thought it would be a good idea to change since it doesn't look like it's ever been changed. So I guess we'll see. I don't know if this will make a difference or not. My steering's definitely a little jumpy, so maybe this will help. I don't know. We'll find out, but I'll be sure to let you guys know. We'll probably be doing this when we do these. That'll be probably tomorrow. So we'll do both of these. Let's get into the other box here and see what else we got. Alright guys, this is the exciting one. So what we got is the new style tow mirrors. Now these are from Boost Automotive. The options I selected, one of the options was a high output light here. The other option was I got the strip LEDs, just amber, and then they're also going to be running lights as well. So I see he's got all nice connectors on these. Looks pretty nice. The wiring looks done very nice. Now we will be painting these mirrors to match the truck. So I think I'm gonna try and tape off here where the light is actually, and cover up the light so the lens gets mostly painted too. We'll see how that goes though. I don't know yet. But yeah, those are the mirrors. They look done well. We're gonna be putting these on before we get them painted. I want to get them leveled, and if I have to trim anything, I want to do it before they're painted. And then we'll be getting the new mirrors painted, and then we'll be getting this new piece painted at the same time. So that'll be coming up. So one part I almost forgot about was the fuel pressure regulator. This is just an OEM Bosch regulator. Now you got to watch out with these. Definitely don't cheap out. This one was about $100 and it's Bosch, which you guys know the fuel system on the Duramaxes is Bosch. So this is a brand new one. So the reason we're doing that, as you guys know, we have all of this stuff out of the way. Now my truck has shown some symptoms of maybe needing one. It's surged a couple times and whatnot. So the regulator is this thing right here. Now with this Y bridge out of the way, this thing will be pretty simple to change. It's 3 bolts, just kind of pops in there. So that's why I kind of decided to do it now, as I'm in here this deep on this truck. And like I said, it's kind of surged at the end of last summer. It would surge sometimes, and that's the #1 showing sign that it's going bad. So I decided while we're in here, we were just going to change it. So that's basically going to wrap it up for tonight, guys. I just wanted to go through all these new parts we got in here, tell you what we're going to be doing to this, show you what I had. I gave you a nice little review of the creeper there. So yeah, that's basically going to wrap it up. Stay tuned here. We're going to have a couple new videos coming at you, hopefully. The first step, like I said, is going to be doing the shackles, the front end here, getting this thing dropped down, the steering stabilizer, just a couple little things, and then we should be picking the powder coat up in the next couple days. So a lot to come. Stay tuned. But again, thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, hit that subscribe button for me and give this video a thumbs up if you would. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.